First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS and whom I learned from. Right, in a healthy shalom to the hopeful elect, preaching his word in truth and sincerity. To you ribs, to you sisters out there learning in silence and staying in order, I say to you all, shalom. Right, as you already know, Trump signed like hundreds of executive orders, a lot of them controversial. Right, a lot of them stirring up the pot, right? And also stirring up the pot in a sense where, Babylon, aka America, is considered the melting pot, right? It's stirring the people up. It's starting to, divide the people as well. Trump's always been good at that. People either love him or hate him. There's no in between. There's no he's all right. No, the shit that he be doing, man, it's super controversial because he's super arrogant and proud. But this one caught my eye, right? Let's read the title. It says, Pentagon prepares to send more troops to Guantanamo Bay, southwest border to support Trump's agenda. Now, if you don't know who or what is Guantanamo Bay, which is in Cuba, right, in the early 2000s when Al-Qaeda, right, was captured, a lot of their people were captured. They were sent to these places to try to break them, right, and get information out of them, and they were torturing these people. And it didn't go so well, right? Those tactics did not work. These people were willing to die, and a lot of them were innocent. And were tortured and, interrogated for no reason. People that had nothing to do with Al Qaeda they might have had to lived in a neighborhood full of Al Qaeda, or they might have, did business with them, at a market, So a lot of innocent people got put in these places, man. There was no release date. I'm gonna show you something on that. This is Esau's track record. All right, we're gonna skip over these things.
A holding area in a prison camp they don't even use anymore. And they've become the most enduring images of Guantanamo.
I didn't know until I saw them on, it was, I think, CNN or something like that. Saw them there. We were all surprised because they went out as official use only. I actually called my mother right after it happened and told her that my photos had caused an international incident. As far as any embarrassment or problems that they caused, I wasn't happy about that.
The Pentagon put these out, and the reaction was huge, fierce. People thought they looked like torture.
It had too many negative connotations to be just associated with what happens down there. Because, like I said, that was the first hour that detainees came in that those pictures were from. And people just simply weren't kept like that. I knew and I heard immediately the explanation for everything. So while people were saying that there was sensory deprivation, that they were trying to torture people, that's the kinds of things that I heard from people talking on the news. I was there listening to the guards taking them off the bus. They were saying that they were wearing gloves because it was cold. I mean, they were flying at 30,000 feet in an unheated back part of the plane, that they were wearing hats for the same reason. They did say that the goggles were blacked out so that they couldn't communicate and plan to attack a guard. It made sense to me.
They're strangely intimate. You can't...
How does that make sense? These guys are not wearing earmuffs, right, that keep you warm. Those are like sound earmuffs, so they can't hear or see, right? And to be honest, in Cuba, it don't get cold like that, right? Even in the dead of December, you're looking at 50 degrees, 60 degrees of humidity with a lot of humans, so it feels like it's 70. They're not that cold. Mind you, there's other pictures of them being dragged through the inside a facility, man, and walk in all fours.
Out who's who, but it shows you up close how the Americans brought them there.
I didn't even see it when I shot it. There were two fences in between me and where the photo was. I put the camera up on my monopod, set the timer, and shot it over the fence. And then I shot another one through the fence. I really didn't think about it. When I went back through and edited at the end of the day, it was, those photos seemed decently composed. The exposure was good, so we sent them out. One of a guy being escorted down a row from behind because we weren't allowed to shoot anybody's faces because of Geneva Convention guidelines. In the military, they knew I was doing my job, and
so they're trying to hide their face. The Geneva Convention is a set of rules and laws that protects prisoners, right? They knew they was violating those, so that's why they wanted their faces covered.
Military defense came down there a few weeks later. I told him, hey, sorry my photos caused all these problems. And he told me not to worry about it, that I was doing my job, and that was about it.
Right, that's just a glimmer of what went on in there. I'm going to see if I get some more. Hold on. All right, so here's some of the pictures. This one right here, right? Pretty interesting. Right, it looks like a hooded Ku Klux Klan hat with some type of robe and all black. Right, this is the facility that they're sending the Northern Kingdom to. These guys got to sit here for hours on end, man. And I think they did like over 15 years. Look at these torture chairs. They treating these people like terrorists. That's wild, man. Bunch of protests. Right, ain't nothing good going on over there. It's just a bunch of torture. Right, Pentagon prepares to send more troops to Guantanamo Bay, southwest border to support the Trump's agenda. The Pentagon is ready in orders for the deployment of at least 1,000 additional active duty troops to bolster President Trump's expanding crackdown on immigration, U.S. officials said. Right, they most likely not sending their best. They're sending, the ones that get off on, doing these kind of things. Right, these people are most likely vetted and interviewed to make sure that they have a mental aptitude to handle this kind of stress. Right, and they select these specific people. Right, we already know what's gonna go down. And they said roughly 500 more soldiers, likely a headquarters unit from the 10th Mountain Division of Fort Drum in New York, will be sent to the southwest border, and about 500 Marines will go to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, where some of the detained migrants will be held. Read more says Trump wants to hold up to 30,000 detained migrants at Guantanamo Bay. Here's what to know. The officials who spoke on a condition of anonymity because announcements have not been made said there had been ongoing discussions about the deployments and the numbers could increase if additional detainees details are worked out. Now, why is this important? Right? Because look at what they're doing. They're doing mass incarceration, illegal illegal arrest of humans. You know, this is a test pilot for what's going to happen to normal Americans as well. It says the Pentagon has been scrambling to put in motion Trump's executive orders signed shortly after he took office on January 20th. The first group of 1,600 active duty troops deployed to the border last week. This has been a big crackdown on right on immigration. They are defunding the FBI, right? They're getting rid of a lot of agents that are not working and collecting money, and putting that money towards securing the borders. Notice how there's no Chinese, no Canadians, no Russians being spoken about, right? Just Northern Kingdoms from South America. Right, it says that the deployments reflect Trump's determination to expand the military role in his campaign to shut down the border and send detained migrants back to their home countries. Troops going to the border are expected to help put in place concertina wire barriers and provide needed transportation, intelligence, and other support to the border patrol. Troops going to Guantanamo could help prepare the facility for an influx of migrants and do other support duties. Says here, speaking on Fox and Friends on Friday morning, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said he believes the U.S. can get thousands of individuals in tents secure in places at Guantanamo Bay. But he also said there's the responsibility that hardened criminals or violent gang members could also be housed there. As a result, he said the Defense Department is prepared detention facilities at Guantanamo, but are basically supermax prisons to be used to hold them temporarily. Now, where they're holding the MS-13s in El Salvador, that prison as well is taking in immigrants, gangbangers. I don't know what's going on down there with that, right? Esau could be funding it and paying them and securing jobs and making jobs for the people there because, jobs are scarce. That's what I'm guessing, right? But, yeah, man, this is all a pilot, right? A pilot is a precursor or a plan or a function to for studies in a broader term later on, so they could just spread it in a bigger scale, right? So yeah, this is what's going on right now, man. I pray that this was edifying, right? Eye opening. Keep your eyes peeled, right? Yahushua said himself. He says, "Pray and watch," right? And we are watching. We're watching what's going on, right? Keeping our ears pointed, and just being wise. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who I learned from. In a healthy shalom to the whole full leg, preaching his word in truth, sincerity. To you rips, to you sisters out there learning silence and staying in order, I say to you all, shalom.